Hi, everyone. This is Alan Pentico, Executive Director of the Southern California Rental Housing Association, here again with one of our member profiles. Happy to have our first 22, I think this is our first 2022 interview. So I'm happy to have you here. This is Matt Ruane from, it's not Lincoln anymore, it's Liberty Housing, Liberty Military Housing, correct?
Correct.
Excellent. Matt is also a new board member of ours, just joined the board here at the beginning of the year, and it's been fun to get to know him. Matt, why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Sure. I'm Matt Ruane. I'm the Director of Military Affairs for Liberty Military Housing here in San Diego. I work with a great team here in San Diego. We met in Southern California. We manage over 9,000 homes for our active duty service members and their families.
Excellent. So for those who don't know, the Southern California Rental Housing Association is a trade organization for rental property owners, managers, and folks who supply services to the industry. We cover San Diego, Imperial, and half of Riverside County. And we've had a long relationship with your organization, and several of your team members have gone through our board and through leadership and things like that. So it's always welcome to have another one. You guys have done great work in the past. Tell us how you became a housing provider. How did you get into the industry, Matt?
I joined this team about 3 years ago after I retired from active duty. I'm retired active duty Navy. I retired in 2018, and I was looking for a way to continue to try and serve. And I learned that this opportunity was Lincoln in early or late 2018, and I got brought on as a Director of Military Affairs. And what I love about this job is that I'm continuing to serve, right? Different capacity. I'm serving our service members and their families. So that's why I really love this job.
Well, I'll be honest, I have a soft spot in my heart for that. My dad's a retired Chief Petty Officer as well.
Okay.
So that's how he found his way in San Diego. Why I was born here. That's how I got here.
Okay.
In the association, we have a long history with military personnel. We can tell when a deployment takes place, because often when a deployment leaves or comes back, it shifts the market vacancy rates by 1% to 2%. That's how big the presence is in the region. Yeah. It's really big. Yeah. In terms of the world as it's been this last few years with the pandemic and everything, can you tell me how do you see the association? How has the association helped Liberty Military Housing in the last year or two?
Well, the association's been a great resource, specifically with the education and legislative piece, and the free exchange of ideas. The resource page for COVID on the site has been valuable to us as we kind of navigate through the pandemic.
Yeah, to say we're quite proud of that. We jumped on that right away. We've dealt with the wildfires in the past and learned from those situations to get the information up there. And I was proud that we had a few elected officials reach out to us and said, "We've been using your page because yours is more up to date than ours."
It's definitely valuable, right? And I'm kind of helping those other folks here in the office out as well too. I know exactly where to go.
Excellent. That's good to hear. I'm always glad to hear that. Military housing is a bit different beast than the regular market rate housing, and you guys have quite a bit of it here. Do you see the continued demand for military housing and the trend or support of that in the market?
I do. I think it's a valuable resource for our active duty members, and we're growing here in San Diego as far as the military goes. We're going to see more ships home ported here, more squadrons home ported here, along with the maintainers for those squadrons. So the need for rental housing and for military housing, it's going to be critical.
That's good to know, because I think a lot of people, when they think about the region growing, they don't think about something like the military, its growth and the demand it also causes, and then the needs of the industry to support that. In the last year or two, we've had a lot of challenges in the industry in terms of eviction moratoriums and things like that. And what do you wish more people knew about the industry and they just may have a misperception of?
Sure. So one of the things that I didn't really understand until I took on this position is, and I learned quickly, property management is rewarding but it's a very tough industry. I wish people knew that the providers are here to help. We're here to provide people with good quality housing, an environment with exceptional service, and understanding that there are a few owners out there that don't operate in good faith. The vast majority of the owners and property managers are good people and want to do right by those in the community. So I wish that was what people understood more.
No, I hear that a lot. Just like any industry, there's always a bad apple, whether it's someone in our industry, a police officer, teacher, doctor, politician, you name it, they're everywhere. And it's just that one or two that brings everybody else down. But yeah, I agree with you there. I've yet to meet someone who, wakes up in the morning and says, I think I'll evict somebody today. That sounds fun.
Right.
It's not an easy process. It's very stressful on everyone. It's not a goal of any owner I've ever met or any manager I've ever met.
Absolutely.
It's just not something anybody wants to do. And so I appreciate that perspective. I really do. Is there anything specific you want to talk about or tell people about?
No, like I said, I'll go back to the association being a valuable resource. I would encourage all those independent owners and property managers out there that are not a part of the association to join. The association's an advocate, and they're going to do what they can to make sure that they advocate on your behalf. So I would encourage that.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that. Well, that's been just a member spotlight with Matt Ruane of Liberty Military Housing. Again, this is Alan Pentico, Executive Director of the Southern California Rental Housing Association. You can check out more videos like this on our YouTube channel or visit our website at www.socalrha.org. Thanks, Matt. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.